what would make this webinar a smashing success. Also, if someone wants to throw in where they're calling in from, feel free to do that as well. And yeah, excited to get started in another minute or so here. Awesome, we have some more people trickling in now. Some more people trickling in. And we're just going to give it another minute or so before getting started with the strategies on how to become an awesome and amazing partner. No, I think we just had a question. Have you missed anything? No, I haven't missed anything yet. We're just waiting another minute or two before getting started. And then we're going to get started. Should be a great webinar. Really looking forward to running this one. And we'll just give it another minute or so here. All people are joining in. Just give it a minute. Okay, great. Let's go ahead and get started. I think we have, we're getting some more people joining. So, like I said, welcome everybody. Today's webinar is super exciting. It's going to be 15 different ways to promote beehiiv as a partner with some nice surprises at the end as well. If you have any questions, feel free to throw them in the chat. I'll be toggling back and forth from the presentation to the chat, so happy to answer any questions, provide more examples, be as helpful. Some really sticking around as well. So without further ado, let's get started and kick things off. Starting with what you're going to learn today. So here's what you're going to learn today. Here's what you're going to learn today. Today, you're going to learn, first off, we're going to cover a partner program overview, a brief overview of the partner program, the different things that we provide. We're also going to be going through some different changes. I could tease them out a little bit, maybe some changes our partner program is going to be undergoing, which should make it an even better program than what's out there already. Then we're going to go through 15 different strategies that I'm going to highlight to get your first commission. Then we'll be doing some Q&A. And I wrote save all questions to the end. But really, if you have a pressing question, feel free to throw it in so you don't forget it. And I could either answer it on the spot or go back. And we'll be sharing some resources, recordings, strategy doc as well. So without further ado, let's get started and kick things off. Okay, so here's a little partner program refresher. Like I mentioned, this is actually going to be changing a little bit, and I'm really excited for those changes. I don't want to tease so much, so I'll keep my mouth and lips sealed. But let's talk money. So just from a financial perspective, beehiiv pays all partners 50% commission for each referral for the first 12 months, which is much better than most programs that I know, usually around the 20 to 30% range. So we wanted to call this a partner program because we care about our partners. 50% for the first 12 months. It's also dual-sided, so not only will you make that commission, but your partners will also get 20% commission for the first 3 months as well. So it's really dual-sided, which is great in that regard. You could really make a lot of money with this program. As you see, our average AOV is around, our AOV is around 117, so it could really scale up. The Beach Club is a really, really cool initiative. I know some of the people here probably are big fans of the Beach Club. I'm jealous looking from my end, and I wish I could participate in the partner program because every quarter the top partner gets an all expense paid beach vacation with a +1 to a random island destination, and this quarter is Cabo, which I've heard amazing things about, and it's unbelievable. We have a question here. Abdul, I think, was saying that you need more payment options. Stripe's not supported in your country. For sure, that's definitely something that we're looking into. And if you have any ideas for different payment options with the PayPal, Stripe, whatever it is, we're looking at other options as well, so we could really have a global partner program. And now continuing different types of partners. We work with creators, podcasters, media courses, agencies, softwares, communities, events, tons of different types of partners that we found real success with. And I think one of the big benefits here is idea storming is what we call it. So we're not just looking to, have an affiliate program where people send us leads. We're looking to actually cooperatively collaborate with all of our different partners and really bring them value as well, besides just the commission side of things. So working on guest posts, workshops, webinars together, email swaps, software integrations. If anyone has an idea of a potential collab they would want to do with beehiiv, shoot me an email and we could definitely discuss it. So we'll continue here. That's sort of a brief overview, and now we're going to hop into some of the specifics over here in the 15 different strategies. So strategy number 1 is review posts and videos. So this is pretty simple. It's writing or filming a review of beehiiv, highlighting its features and benefits. And a lot of people, when they're looking to try something new out or they're looking to buy something, they're going to first look what other people think of it. Modern consumers don't just want products shoved down their throats. We have 2 great examples here of like people who have made review posts and videos. A lot of them use SEO, and they've been able to make passive income month over month. Like Victoria, for instance, just her beehiiv review on Google brings in around 500 visitors per month, and she actually had someone sign up, an enterprise client, $500 per month just from that blog post. So she's been making a good amount of passive income just from that. And then we have this review here, Matt Giaro, my brutal but honest, it wasn't so brutal, don't worry, 2024 beehiiv review. And it's been a great way for him to make some passive income as well, just by review posts and videos. So definitely a strategy I can recommend. And yes, we have a few questions here. I'm gonna answer those questions towards the end because I want to keep the flow going. But I see you, Cressa and Chirag and Anil. Hopefully I'm pronouncing those correctly. But let us keep going here. So next is software comparisons. Number 2, software comparisons. So this is similar to review post. It's actually just, instead of creating a standalone review post, you're going to be comparing us to one of our competitors. We actually already did all of this work for you. If you go to our website, type in like beehiiv, you could see like us and all of our major competitors, where we stack up against them. And this is a really, really good, good partner strategy. Here you see a post in the top right, beehiiv compared to Substack. Then we have beehiiv versus MailerLite, and it's just a great way for people to see side-by-side features, really compare, decide, what platform they want to go with. So another great strategy to go with. Next, we have the tool page. So the tool page is just a great strategy, not even for partner, but also just for growing as a creator. Which is having this recommended resources or top tools page on your website and listing a few of the top tools that you're using. Once you're a creator or an influencer, people are going to trust you, and they're going to trust what recommendations you have and what recommendations you have for different tools and strategies and things of that nature. So highly recommend a tool page. You could put beehiiv in there with the partner link, and you could also put any other partner programs that you're working with, and it could be a really good way to make some money through the partner program. We also have an example in the bottom right from Confluence VC. They put together a 2022 tech stack, which is sort of a tool page. I see Tony here says he's not getting my audio. Are other people getting my audio here? I'll show this on the stream. Are people getting my audio? Are people able to hear me? If you can let me know, that would be great, because I don't want to just be spewing with no one listening. We can hear you. Okay, great. So Tony, it's probably just something on your end. So if you want to try to fix that, but it looks like the audio on my end is good. So gonna keep going. Hopefully you're able to get that solved. So we just covered a tool page. I'm gonna go through the next strategy, which is also really cool, and that's a resource guide or a lead magnet. So this is actually including beehiiv in a resource guides or lead magnets to drive subscriptions. So this is a really great strategy as well, both for a partner program and also just someone who's growing in general as a creator. So this actually pairs really nice with number 3. Number 3 that we covered was the tool page. You can actually use the tool page and give that away in a lead magnet or a resource guide. So, if someone, you could say, if you subscribe to my newsletter, right, or if you retweet, my tweet, I'm going to send out the newsletter starter tools or the different tools I use to run my 6-figure business, whatever that is. And you could actually use that resource guide and put put your partner link for beehiiv in there as well. So this is an example from a beehiiv newsletter, the Newsy, and the founder Daniel Roman feature different top tools and newsletter and resources to start his newsletter. And it's just a great way, like I mentioned, not only to succeed within the partner program, but also to drive more subscribers, to drive more followers, whatever it is that you're looking for. So next we're going to be talking about the 5th way out of the 15 ways here to promote beehiiv as a partner. And that is to leverage giveaway bonuses or bribes. So I know bribes sounds a little rough, but don't worry, it's not, we don't mean it in a facetious way at all. What I mean by that is everyone here has something, some skill set, some tool that they have that people would pay for, right? And so like for Matt McGarry, it was pretty easy because he is our first ever Beach Club winner actually, and he runs Grow Letter, which is a newsletter growth agency. And basically what he did is that's his expertise. So he basically said, anyone who signs up with my partner link, I'm going to give you X, Y, and Z, 30 minutes of coaching, Facebook ads course, beehiiv growth course. So basically what I'm saying is you can leverage, your skill sets, what people would pay for, to get them, to bribe them, or to get them to sign up to beehiiv with your partner link. So say, hey, say you're a Facebook ads expert, say, hey, like I'm happy to give anyone a 20-minute consultation on their Facebook ads if they sign up to beehiiv with my partner link. And if you're in an industry that's tangential to newsletters or content creation, this could be a great strategy. Okay. Shifting gears a little bit here, number 6 is tutorials. So people think tutorials are only for current users of the platform, but that actually isn't true. A lot of people, when they're deciding whether or not to sign up, they are going to want to watch tutorials of the platform. So like examples of that are over here we have, how to set a beehiiv in just 9 minutes. If I'm thinking about maybe using beehiiv or not using beehiiv, I'm going to want to see how easy or simple the setup is. And same for actually like how to make money, like 5 stupid simple ways to make money using beehiiv. And these are just great examples that someone who isn't a current customer but is checking out might be curious. And so this is Matt Giaro, who had a couple of really good videos. He put the beehiiv partner link directly in the description, has been able to make a good amount of money through this. So tutorials, whether that is in the form of text, a blog post, or a video, could work really well. Okay, keep going here. We're going to go to number 7, which is SEO keyword targeting. People often ask me, Alec, what is the best strategy for succeeding in beehiiv's partner program? What are these 15 strategies? It's hard for me to give one because it depends entirely on your audience, but if people have an understanding of SEO, they've been able to really, really kill it. They've been able to really kill it in a big way. So, you can target specific keywords. There are also different AI tools that, I'd recommend, even things like Ahrefs, Google Search Console, to sort of see, what could be some opportunities. Our best actual partner, I think of all time, his name's Omid, and he has been able to make lots and lots of money, hundreds of thousands of dollars from using the strategy and ranking for certain keywords. So definitely a great strategy. I'm going to pause here for a second. I see we have a few questions. So we have this one question here I'll show on stream. Hey Alec, what's your best recommendation for getting started when you don't already have a huge audience? My sense is creating a lot of helpful content is probably the best route to drive SEO. Exactly. I think if you don't already have a huge audience, creating valuable content, and honestly, creating valuable content is how you build a really large audience in the first place. So SEO, tutorials, blog posts, comparison videos, those are all things I'd highly recommend for someone who doesn't have a large audience. And then you could use some of these other strategies once you start building a little bit of an audience to continue growing from there. Okay, we have another question here I just want to answer quickly. So Andy asked, when a brand subscribes to beehiiv through my partner link, do I get a commission amount based on the amount they spend for advertising on beehiiv, or based on the subscription tier? So it's not, has nothing to do with the advertising they spend on, it has to do with the subscription tier. For instance, if someone subscribes for, let's say, a $100 plan on Beehiiv, every month you're going to make $50 because you're going to make 50% of that. Okay, let's keep going here. We're about halfway done through a lot of the content here. As a reminder, any questions here, feel free to put it in. And we have number 8, email newsletter mention. So obviously we're an email newsletter platform. I highly recommend people in our partner program to start email newsletters. I think there's a really great opportunity. And I see Raj is calling in with a question right. Hey, I apologize. It seemed like Riverside actually crashed there for a moment, but we're back on to streaming, so I apologize. Last thing I saw there was I'm pretty sure someone called in with a question. If they could just put that question in the chat instead, that would be great. I'm going to go ahead and reshare my screen here, and we're going to keep going with strategy number 8, which is email newsletter mention. So, as I was saying, we highly recommend people starting email newsletters. One great strategy that we've seen is anyone who has an email newsletter, they could simply just take their partner link and just throw it in here. Throw it in their email newsletter. This is an example here. So you don't have to be an experienced writer to start a newsletter. Running your own newsletter is one of the fastest ways. And you could say something like, sign up with my link for a discount of 20% off for the first 3 months. Definitely a great strategy. We've seen a lot of people implement this. Right here is from Brandon Story from Storytime. Okay, now we're moving. Now we're getting through this content here. Hopefully it is helpful, and we're going to be going over. I see we have a lot of questions in the chat. I'm going to be covering all of those. Don't worry, keep throwing them in the chat. Keep throwing questions at me. Love answering everyone's questions. So number 9, promoting on social media. If you recognize me from somewhere, it's because anytime someone posts positively about social media, I'm in there right away, basically saying, hey, thanks so much for the shout out, but you might as well make money from this post and put your partner link in here. So this is an exact example of what Daniel's been able to do. He has, he started a newsletter, and he oftentimes tweets about that. And anytime his post gets a little bit of love, he'll basically say, like, start your newsletter today, sign up to beehiiv, right? And anywhere that you can post a link, so think about, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, X, whatever it is, you can actually post your partner link there as well. So definitely a great strategy as well. Moving forward here, we're going to go to number 10, which is free or paid courses. So if you're teaching something in a digital world, obviously a great way to do that is through a course. And this is an example of Will Steiner here, and he actually shared with us a crazy thing. He has a course on, building email newsletters, building an email-based course, and he shared that he actually makes more money through his beehiiv signups. I'm not sure if that's still accurate, but at one point he made more money through his beehiiv partners in the program than from the actual course fees. So definitely a really great opportunity for anyone who has a course out there to shout out beehiiv in that course. And also a good idea to maybe start a course if you're someone who has certain skills or expertise that people would value on the internet. So number 11 is paid media. I actually see we have a question. We have a few questions related to this. So I'll just show one, for instance. Andy asks, does it make sense to run paid ads to promote my beehiiv affiliate link? Yes, it does. This is a great strategy we have here. The only place that you cannot run paid ads, I know someone asked this earlier, is you cannot run any search ads. So no Google, no Yahoo, no Bing to promote your beehiiv partner link. But anything you see on here is fair game. YouTube, Instagram, X, LinkedIn, TikTok, Facebook. And we've seen a lot of people, make some good money by really dialing in on certain ads and ad creative. So definitely a good strategy worth diving into. If there are also any things in particular, any strategies that you're more curious about, let me know, and it's possible to do a deeper dive on one of them in a following training. So number 12 is a webinar. I know we're getting to the end here, but we're going strong. It's a webinar on newsletter adjacent topics and on newsletter or adjacent topics. So, obviously you guys know what a webinar is. You're on one right now, surprise. And there are, there are plenty of opportunities to start different webinars. And if you do have a webinar, you could include beehiiv there as a recommended tool. So this is an example again from Matt McGarry, who has been able to drive tons and tons of signups to beehiiv, tons of conversions to beehiiv, and he actually hosted a webinar all about newsletter growth systems where he featured his beehiiv partner link for people to sign up. So anyone who might be interested in running a webinar about content creation, newsletters, side hustles, anything of those sorts, and beehiiv or newsletters is something that's related, they could for sure feature beehiiv in their partner link. So next, we're going to get to guest post blogs. This actually is a great strategy. Again, not only for someone who's growing in the partner program, but also it's a great strategy. But also a great strategy for it's also a great strategy for just growing in general. And I'll give an example basically what this looks like, because sometimes speaking in the theoretical isn't as beneficial. So let's say you have a newsletter where you talk about stocks in the US, right? And you have your content, you put your content, but your blog is reaching the people who know you already. You could have an opportunity, say you find someone who also talks about stocks, but he talks about stocks in the UK. And basically you could say, hey, like, why don't I do a guest post on your blog? You would do a guest post on my blog, and we're both have expertise, but we're sharing with different audiences. So as you look to grow, both as a creator, you could look for what are other similar creators that might be interested in collaborating on content. And if you do that, if you get a guest post blog on another website, you can talk about how beehiiv has been a great resource to you, or other things, and you can mention beehiiv, your partner link, to their audience as well, and not only to your audience. So great strategy, I've seen work well. Only two more. Number 14, arbitrage. Arbitrage, very simply, is finding pricing opportunities, right? So if you find ad spots for cheap, like say CPC ads, like in this fantasy life, they have like different ads on the right side of the page. A lot of websites have that. If you see an opportunity where like, hey, it's not going to cost me so much to get an ad here, and I think that my conversion rate will be X, Y, and Z, and I could get these amount of signups to beehiiv and make this amount of money, it's definitely a great option going the arbitrage route. So definitely something to highly look into as well. Happy to answer any questions about that. And that actually brings us to our grand finale over here, which is hosting a challenge. Hosting a challenge is a very fun challenge. It's a very fun strategy. And basically what this is, it's also a great way to, like I said, grow as a creator. It is to engage your audience with a challenge and promote beehiiv as part of it. So let's say, hosting a challenge is a unique way to develop your audience in a particular area. So this is an example here, how to start a media company in a weekend, how to grow and start a profitable newsletter in 30 days. Definitely a lot of really cool examples that people are using, people are leveraging. So challenges are a great strategy as well. And that brings us to the end of a lot of the content that we had here. We're going to be launching an exclusive Slack community, and we're also going to be having some really exciting partner updates soon. So stay tuned for all of that. And now we'll have an AMA. Unfortunately, TG isn't here right now, but I'm here. I'm happy to answer anyone's questions. And I think we have a few questions here. We have a few questions about payouts, right? A lot of people, it seems like, are unable to withdraw from Stripe. A lot of people want more withdrawal options for earnings. It's definitely something we're going to be looking into. If people, I think Payoneer was an option that someone recommended. If anyone has any other options that would work in their country, definitely let me know. And here, let's see what Greg says. Greg just said, why not just use Go High Level? Don't get me wrong, I love beehiiv, but I would have to push the course or community outside of beehiiv. So I'm not sure I understand your question, Greg. If you want to If you want to rephrase it in a certain way, it doesn't seem like it's a specific question, but um, yeah, if you want to rephrase it, I'm happy to take a stab at that. And yeah, I'm going through here. I know I had a small glitch. It unfortunately canceled that, so I missed some of the earlier questions that were posted in here. But like I said, anyone else have any questions, please feel free to throw them in the chat. I'll wait another few minutes. Happy to answer anything. And if not, you actually see my email here is right over here. Feel free to shoot me a message. And not only that, but feel free to follow me on LinkedIn. It's just my name. Also on X at Alec Krem. I'm always posting different things about the partner program, different communities, growing a newsletter. So feel free to give me follows there as well. And let's see. It doesn't seem like we have another question. Let's see if there's anything else over here. Well, if not, I just want to thank you guys very, very much. This was a lot of fun. Hopefully, you all learned something. I know I definitely every time I'm on here, I love that. And we have one question here. We'll throw it here. Any tips for growing an email newsletter for fashion? Any tips for growing an email newsletter for fashion? That's a whole other webinar, I think, growing an email newsletter. But first off, the tips that I have, a lot of people ask me, if anyone's interested in newsletters here, like, hey, it's easy for a big celebrity or an influencer to start a newsletter and get 1,000 subscribers, without 100,000 subscribers in a matter of a few days, weeks, months. But what if I have no existing audience, right? How can I organically grow my newsletter? And the answer is it's possible. There are a lot of these subgroups that I recommend, going into Facebook groups, going into Reddit groups, going into WhatsApp groups, Discord groups. I'm sure you can find different fashion groups where people discuss latest fashion trends, things like that nature. And you could go in and lead with value first. Say, hey, here are the top fashion trends that I've been seeing, right? And like list a bunch of them, and then basically say, if you're interested in this, feel free to subscribe to my newsletter where I feature this weekly. Something along those lines. You always want to be leading with value. You want to be finding those communities. So hopefully that's a good tip. And yeah, I think Greg is basically, we have a question here where it's basically saying, why doesn't beehiiv conquer the whole creator economy? We're just a newsletter. It could be part of everything. Listen, I don't know where we'll be next month. I don't even know where we'll be next year. And anything's possible, but I think right now we're focused and honing on newsletters and just trying to be the best platform for that. So thank you very much, everyone. This was great. If anyone has any questions, feel free to message me.